What's up, everybody? Is this the week I finally admit the housing market is about to crash? Are we finally all in agreement that we are in a bubble that's about to pop? Because I see other people on YouTube saying every single week the housing market is crashing, crashing, crashing. In fact, they've been saying that for the past 2 years. So maybe eventually they'll be right. Is that day today? Well, let's take a look at the latest market housing forecast from different analysts and see what they have to say. We'll look at Redfin, we'll look at the Mortgage Bankers Association, CoreLogic, we'll look at the latest data, because I always like to bring you the best data and most recent data, so we can all have a conversation about what's actually happening in today's US housing market. So let's just dive right in. So there is one thing that we can all agree on, and that's that interest rates are increasing at such a rapid pace that it's truly an economic shock to the housing market. Over the past month alone, the average fixed mortgage rate for 30 years has jumped from 3.11% up to 5.11%. Buyers are getting priced out of the market. They just simply can't get approved for the same loan amount as they could a couple months ago. Now, I don't think any of us predicted that mortgage rates were going to jump this high, this fast. Heading into 2022, the Mortgage Bankers Association predicted that interest rates would climb up to 4% this year. Fannie Mae predicted they would climb up to 3.3%. So clearly they were very wrong, and I don't think rates have stopped climbing. They're only going to get higher and higher as we head into the end of 2022. As a result, real estate analysts are constantly changing their forecasts week after week. Some are more bullish than others. Zillow, for example, just released their latest housing forecast last week. Zillow now expects that the housing market will have a gradual cool down late this spring. They forecast a 14.9% growth over the next 12 months, which is still more bullish than all of the other analysts and what they're saying is going to happen. Now, mind you, this is still less than they did last month. In February, Zillow predicted a housing price growth of 17.8% from February 2022 to February 2023. So if they think that the market's going to cool down in late spring and they keep reducing their forecasts month after month, why do they remain so bullish? Well, Zillow researchers say that even with the downward revision from last month, these figures will represent a remarkably competitive housing market in the coming year. Annual home value growth of 14.9% would have been the highest ever recorded by Zillow before June of 2021. Zillow's existing home sales forecast has been lowered as well to an expectation of 6.09 million sales for 2022, which would mark a slight decline from 0.5% from 2021. They seem to think that since unemployment is low nationally and wages are higher, that the housing market will continue to flourish. They do admit that inflation is putting a lot of pressure on buyers as their daily budgets have just gone up. According to Fortune's Lance Lambert, the fact that Zillow has cut its forecast shouldn't come as a surprise. After all, this swift move up in rates is creating serious affordability crunch for buyers. Lambert gives this example. At a 3.11 fixed mortgage rate in December, a borrower would owe a principal and interest payment of $2,138 on a $500,000 mortgage. That payment would spike to $2,718 if taken out on a 5.11 rate. Over the course of the 30-year loan, that's an additional $208,800. To break it down even further, that's an extra $581 a month, which is a lot of money. Now, mind you, if rates go down, you can always refinance and bring that monthly payment down. But back to Zillow. If Zillow is right and prices do rise to 14.9%, this will be another historic year as far as price growth. But not everyone is as bullish as Zillow. As I mentioned in last week's housing forecast video, CoreLogic forecasts that home prices will increase by 5% from February 2022 to February 2023. The Mortgage Bankers Association believes that home prices will increase to 4.8% in the next 12 months, while Fannie Mae predicts home prices will rise 11.2% in 2022 and 4.2% in 2023. And the Dallas Federal Reserve says a home bubble is brewing, but not like 2008. They say our evidence points to abnormal U.S. housing market behavior for the first time since the boom of the early 2000s. Reasons for concern are clear in certain economic indicators. Housing prices appear increasingly out of step with fundamentals. So who's right and who's wrong? As I said at the beginning of this video, I see many realtors all across YouTube predicting a housing market crash day after day and week after week. And maybe eventually they'll be right. But today is not that day.
Not today.
Here in the DC, Montgomery County, Maryland housing market right now in May of 2022, the market is still incredibly hot. It's definitely a seller's market. If a house is priced right and in good condition, it is going way over asking with multiple offers. I get asked this question on a daily basis and I feel badly because I know that people want me to tell them, especially my buyers, the market has slowed down, it's not the same, but I'm sorry to say, as of right now, in my local market, it's still as hot as ever. If you see something different in your neck of the woods, please comment below and tell us where you live, because I do think this is a national problem. I don't think that we're exempt here in the DC, Maryland area, and I do see, like I said, the market slowing down and hopefully eventually becoming a more fair market. Lance Lambert from Fortune said it best. He said both home buyers and home sellers alike might want to take housing forecasts with a grain of salt. Look no further than the housing forecast published during COVID-19 recession. In the spring of 2020, both Zillow and CoreLogic published economic models predicting that the U.S. home prices would fall by spring of 2021. The price drop never came. Instead, the housing market went on a historic run that still continues today. I hope you get some value out of these videos as I really try to bring you the most current information from all different perspectives and then give you my own empirical knowledge based on what I see happening in the housing market today. I work in it 24/7 all the time, so I do think that my opinion has some value. If you agree with me, I would appreciate you liking this video and possibly subscribing to our channel, as it does help YouTube with the algorithm and motivates us to make more videos. And if you need any help relocating to Maryland or DC and you'd like us to help you, just reach out, call, email, text, morning, afternoon, night, we've got your back. We will make this move as seamless as possible. And if you want to see more videos like this one on the latest housing market forecast, check out my last one with Redfin's latest housing market forecast, and also the one before that with Fortunes and CoreLogic. And if you want to see all of them at one time, you can always check out the playlist on my channel so you can see all of the housing market forecasts and get the most up-to-date information so you can make the best decisions for you and your family. Thanks for watching. Bye!